again. This is the Boy in His Bible. We're doing 65. I needed that. Thank you. It's a lovely verse I'm going to give it to you. It's a verse related to the providence of God for all people. It's a verse that rings true of the rain coming down upon the just and the unjust, and the sun coming down upon the unjust and the just. The providence of God for everybody, no matter who they are. The most wickedest person in this world today can get water and get the sunshine, the life and the energy that grows and gives us the food. Thou visitest the earth and waterest, thou greatly enrichest it with the river of God, which is full of water. Thou preparest them coin when thou hast so provided for it. It's that kind of psalm. But this is the verse. It's a simple verse. It's a verse that you can ring in as a melody as you go about your everyday life today. Or if you're listening to this in the evening, as you thank God for the day. Thou crownest the year with thy goodness, and thy paths drop fatness. Here is a life which you and I can rejoice in. We see the providence of God. We see the providence of God in our clothing and our wear, in the food that we eat and the buildings that we live in, the schools that we send our children to, the education that is provided, the hospitals that are there. We see the providence of God in 1,001 different ways. And he says, thou crownest the earth with thy goodness. Oh, that men would praise the Lord and see his goodness. See his goodness. The tree was of goodness as well as evil, and he wants the goodness to be demonstrated in our lives. No evil with him, goodness. Evil and goodness with us, the evil we have to fight. And this is thy goodness. And then he says, and thy paths drop fatness. Now, there's a hint there that we might not walk in his path, and therefore we might miss the blessings of God. Have we missed the blessings of God? Oh, yes, all of us have, every one of us, no matter who we are. But I'm a successful man or a successful woman. Actually, in success, you can miss God's fatness, God's goodness more than any other place. My experience has been. I've met too many people who spent all their life working for the Lord in one church, in one location, and have become a presence for good in that location. They've been able to partake of the riches of his fatness, of his abundance. And Jesus has come that we might have life. And in the pathways that we go, we might have that life more abundant. So this is your verse today. If you wanted me to carry on, I could have talked about the pastures and the flocks and the corn and the shouting for joy and the singing that goes on with it. But this is the verse for you today. Thou crownest the year with thy goodness, and thy paths drop fatness. Boy in his Bible.